Hey everyone, welcome, I'm MisterBo, and today we have our first look at the brand new upcoming expansion for Destiny 2, The Curse of Osiris. Now this trailer is just under 2 minutes, but we do get a pretty decent look at what this expansion is going to include, some new locations we're going to be going to, as well as finally a look at Osiris himself. So let's just hop straight into this trailer and break down what we see. So it seems like our main point of contact in this expansion other than Osiris is going to be Ikora Rey. We kind of already knew that from the description of this expansion, where obviously Ikora Rey was a student of Osiris and she is going to be sending us to Mercury because a brand new Vex gate has opened, causing Vex from the past as well as Vex from the future to come through, and we'll get a look at what could be that gate in just a minute. Here is our first look at the brand new location we're going to be going to on Mercury. Now this is probably going to be the Infinite Forest, and some rumours have suggested this is going to be a procedurally generated area, and from the looks of it, this big open sort of space in the clouds, it well could be. We then get another shot of this place, which is probably again the Infinite Forest. We see a lot of Vex architecture here, very reminiscent of the Vault of Glass, though it's got a sort of a new look to it with this sort of gold Vex design to it instead of the old sort of grey silver look. So if I was to guess, I'd say this is going to be a big open area with these sort of main pillars you can go to, and all those platforms around the pillars will automatically sort of randomly generate, giving you different routes all the time, making it sort of a different experience every time you're there, and that'll be the sort of procedurally generated areas, though it might just be condensed to this one location and not the entire patrol location, because we'll see a few different looking areas in just a minute. Like this one, which we see that sort of traditional Mercury look, very orangey yellow. We see some Vex architecture and some Vex structures. Could possibly be a location in the patrol, or it could be something like a multiplayer map, we don't know, but it does look very cool. We then get a glimpse at a brand new Vex design. This is probably going to be a Vex from the future. It's got a more sort of modern, updated look from the Vex than what we've seen before. It's got kind of that see-through look to it as well, which looks very cool. And then we get a look at the past Vex. Obviously, we've seen Vex from the past before, again in the Vault of Glass, so it seems they've updated the old models, made them look a little bit different, obviously as this is a new game, but we're still seeing those old Vex type in this expansion, which is really cool to see. We then get a look at another Vex model that is from the future. This looks to be your standard Goblin, but of course it looks completely different and a lot more futuristic with this sort of white and gold design. And yet again, a Vex from the past, this time a Minotaur. So then we get this shot, which if you're familiar with Destiny 1, you will recognise this as the lighthouse, the flawless location for Trials of Osiris in Destiny 1, which you could go there once you got that 9-0 flawless. It's making a return in this expansion as the social space. And we can see someone right at the back there, and I think they want you to think this is Osiris, but it looks like it could be Brother Vance making a return. He's wearing the same outfit as Brother Vance, and when we see Osiris in just a minute, you'll notice he's not wearing the same outfit as this guy here. Could we be seeing Brother Vance or maybe a brand new disciple of Osiris in this social space? We already know that Shiro is going to be making a return in this social space as well as a vendor, so we'll have to wait and see who else is going to be here. We then get to see a glimpse at the sort of time travel we're going to be going through in this expansion. In the description it says we're going to be going through time and space, and it looks like we're going to be getting a glimpse at the lighthouse. Maybe we weren't able to stop this Vex time gate, and this is what it's done to Mercury and indeed the sun, because as you can see the sun has no light left in it. So it seems we're going to be going to these locations sort of in two different versions, the present version, the future version, and maybe even a past version, and that's going to be really exciting to see. We then get our very first ever look at Osiris. He's got a really cool ghost shell, and he's wearing armor that is very reminiscent of Ra, obviously an Egyptian god. And we can see this is a CGI cinematic. We see the Vex here, which looks very much like that leaked CGI cinematic a while ago, has the same sort of quality to it. So maybe we'll see that old Elite Vex cinematic make a return in this expansion. Whilst we're seeing Osiris fight all these Vex, it's worth pointing out that in the background there's actually a hunter up behind him shooting at the Vex as well. I'm not entirely sure who this could be, but it seems maybe like it's Osiris's fire team or someone he was with who is a hunter. We then see Osiris activate Dawnblade, which is strange because he's a Sun Singer, so maybe he's also a Dawnblade as well. However, I don't think we're going to be seeing him use self-res. He then slams down with his sword, which is probably going to be a weapon we can maybe unlock Osiris's sword, I would assume. and maybe it's just the color of this CGI cinematic, but he's using the sun braces, but maybe a different version of these. They're blue instead of the normal sort of orange, so maybe this is a brand new exotic or a variation on the sun braces that we'll be able to get through this expansion. Again, we get another glimpse at the hunter in the background there, all the way up on that rock, shooting at the Vexed, whereas Osiris maybe is making his way to the time gate, this massive red thing. I'm assuming this is what Ikora Ray is talking about when she says a gate has opened up. I assume this is that gate. We then get to see some more of the location of Mercury with these two guardians jumping from platform to platform, and if you look hard enough, you'll see two familiar things here. The guardian on the left is holding the exotic hand cannon Thorn, and the guardian on the right is holding the exotic scout rifle, the Touch of Malice. Two exotics from Destiny 1 that seem to be returning with this expansion, and that is not the only exotic that is going to be returning in this expansion, which we'll see in just a minute. It would seem like this patrol location is going to have a lot of platforming, which we've seen a lot with Vex stuff before in Destiny 1. Here we get a glimpse at our first weapon in this expansion, and it looks sort of very rough, it looks very put together, very futuristic. Something that we haven't seen in Destiny before, and it's a completely new gun model instead of a reskin, which is cool to see. And again, we just see guardians traversing this brand new location. Now these two guardians here are wearing old armor we've already got in game, but the warlock on the left actually has an old exotic, which if you're on PlayStation you probably got to use quite a lot of. If you are on Xbox you probably didn't use it ever, and that is the Jade Rabbit, an exotic scout rifle which looks to be making a return as well. And on the right, the Titan looks to have some sort of brand new maybe fusion rifle. Kind of hard to tell what kind of weapon this is, but it looks like it's a brand new exotic nonetheless. So that is 3 old exotics confirmed to be returning back into Destiny 2 with this expansion. Maybe we'll get some armor along with that as well. We then see some brand new armor for the Titan, which is looking very cool. Seems like he's got an auto rifle in his hands and maybe a shotgun on his back. We then get a glimpse of these 3 guardians running through a very weird looking hallway. Maybe this is how we're going to get into the past and into the future. There's like this sort of hallway that has maybe a portal in it. We don't see any gameplay in this trailer of 6 guardians together, so it doesn't seem like we're getting any glimpse at the raid in this expansion quite yet. And then we get a closer look at that warlock's armor. We can see his helmet here has the Eye of Osiris in the middle, has a sort of fan on the top, and he is using a brand new trace rifle. Obviously at the launch of Destiny 1 the only trace rifle in the game was the Cold Heart, but it seems like they're adding more to that weapon type in this expansion, which is cool to see because I do like the trace rifles. It's a pretty unique weapon type, and it's going to be cool to see what other perks we can get on a trace rifle. We then get one last look at another brand new set of Titan armor, and another look at what I assume is the Infinite Forest. So that is all we get in this reveal trailer. We do now know it is going to be coming out on December the 5th. And then we get a glimpse at the artwork for Expansion 1 and Expansion 2. So let's briefly talk about the Expansion 2 artwork. So it seems from the artwork that the Siva is going to be making a return. We can see the structure that looks like that sort of black Siva pyramid that we've seen before in Destiny on the front there. We can see guardians below that in what looks to be some sort of new snow environment. Could we be making a return to the Cosmodrome, or could we be going to a brand new location? Maybe the ice caps on Mars, that is a rumored location. I also talked about future possible DLC locations in a previous video, which I'll leave a link to at the end of this one if you want to go and check that out. So it could be a possibility we're going to be going to the ice caps on Mars, or maybe like the moon of Saturn and Enceladus, which we've seen concept art for on Destiny 2. We don't know, but it seems like it's going to be somewhere snowy and cold, which is going to be cool to see. And then we can see another character on this artwork, though they've cut the head off this character so we can't see who they are. We can notice that they look like a warlock, and on their arm they have the symbol for the Iron Banner. So is this going to be a brand new Iron Lord? It's probably not going to be Aphrodite, because as I mentioned, this looks like a warlock to me. Could we be seeing the return of an Iron Lord who maybe we thought was dead, or maybe it's an Iron Lord we haven't met before? It's definitely going to be interesting to find out who this is. Now the final thing about Expansion 2 is that we know the release date. So quick little update, whilst I was editing this video I was talking about how Expansion 2 was going to be coming out in autumn 2018 because that's what it said at the end of the trailer. However, when I went and actually got the new trailer from the Destiny YouTube channel, it now says spring 2018. So I'm assuming that spring 2018 is the official release date, and maybe that trailer that got aired during the PlayStation press conference and then was uploaded to the PlayStation YouTube channel is an old version. So at this time I would assume that Expansion 2 is indeed coming out in spring and not autumn. but we don't know, so take that with a grain of salt, and hopefully we'll get some confirmation about that soon. And here's the rest of the video. So there you have it, that is the Curse of Osiris expansion reveal trailer. It's got me super excited. Out of everything in Destiny, Osiris has always been the most intriguing thing for me. I wanted to learn more about him. Mercury seems like an awesome location from the teasers we've had before in Destiny 1 and now in Destiny 2, with it always being a multiplayer map or just a social space. Now we're actually going to be able to go to that patrol location and explore it thoroughly, so that is going to be cool to see. So let me know if I missed anything in this trailer that you managed to find. What do you think of this expansion? Are you excited? Who do you think that hunter is in that cutscene? Is that someone from Osiris's fire team? Is it a character we already know about and I'm just blanking on them? Do let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, or if you found it helpful in any way, feel free to give the like button a big old hug. Subscribe for more Destiny 2 Curse of Osiris content and coverage. Boop that bell to be notified when my future videos go live. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome day. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.